Short King Xiao is back with his rerun after 390 plus days. And to celebrate this comeback, here is an updated Xiao build guide where we will cover Xiao's best weapons, artifacts and teammates that will help him grow taller and stronger. So plunge back and enjoy. So in case you didn't know how Xiao works, here's a quick rundown of his kit. His normal attacks are pretty normal with an exceptionally large plunge multiplier because of reasons. Xiao's elemental skill is called Lemniscatic Wind Cycling that does forward thrusting Anemo damage and has 2 charges. Xiao's elemental burst, Bane of all evil, gives him the ability to jump higher and do plunges, while giving all of his attacks Anemo infusion and damage increase. This is the reason for his high plunge multiplier. Xiao's first passive gives him damage boost while he has his burst active up to a maximum of 25%. And his second passive increases the damage of subsequent elemental skills by 15%. And his last passive decreases the party's climbing stamina consumption by 20%. So from the kit overview, you might have guessed how to play Xiao. But if you still don't get it, he is basically a plunge attacking DPS. So when upgrading his talents, level up his normal attacks for the high plunge multiplier, then his elemental burst for the damage increase, and then his elemental skill because it does some pretty respectable damage. Now, let's jump on to Xiao's weapons. Well, I hate to say it, but Xiao has very limited weapon choices. Xiao has 2 5-star options and both are equally powerful and also the best for him. And they are the Primordial Jade Wing Spear and the Staff of Homa. Jade Spear is a crit rate polearm with 22.1% crit rate and with the passive that increases attack when you hit enemies with a maximum of 7 stacks. And after reaching the max stacks, you will gain 12% damage increase. And the Staff of Homa on the other hand is a crit damage weapon with massive 66.2% crit damage, and the Staff of Homa increases HP and increases attack based on max HP with the passive. So both of the weapons are similar in terms of stats and passive. So when choosing a weapon, you will go for the stat that you need, or more realistically, the weapon that you have. As for 4-star options, there are more than 2. There are 3, while 2 of the weapons are not free-to-play friendly. So let's go over the only free-to-play polearm that Xiao has, the Blackleaf polearm. You can buy this weapon from the Star Glitter shop with 34 Star Glitters. It has good crit damage and the passive is also decent. It increases attack after defeating an enemy. So for the crit damage alone, this weapon is pretty good. But the best 4-star for Xiao is the Deathmatch. It's a battle pass weapon, but it justifies the price. It has quite high crit rate and increases both attack and defense depending on how many enemies are nearby. So a very easy to activate passive that is also quite decent. And the last weapon is the Lithic Spear. It just has attack and it increases crit rate and attack depending on party members that hail from Liyue Harbor, up to a maximum of 12% crit rate and 28% attack. And I'm not going to wait until the team section to tell you that none of Xiao's team consists of all Liyue characters. So Lithic Spear is very bad in comparison to the other 2 polearms, and early game players use the White Tassel. Next we will jump onto Xiao's artifacts. I swear this is the last time. Surprisingly, Xiao has very few artifact options as well. For the longest time, Vermilion Hereafter was his best in slot artifact set because it provides a lot of attack to Xiao with the 4-piece bonus, but most Xiao teams have Bennett who already gives a ton of attack, making the 4-piece set bonus redundant. But then, this new set dropped with Fontaine that made Xiao super happy, and this set is none other than the
Maréchaussée Hunter,
aka the best artifact set in the game. Ignore the 2-piece bonus and focus on the 4-piece set bonus. When HP increases or decreases, user gains 12% crit rate that stacks up to 3 times, meaning 36% crit rate for basically doing nothing. Because Xiao constantly drains his HP when his elemental burst is active, so you can stack a lot of crit damage on him if you run this set on him. The Desert Pavilion Chronicle is quite decent as well. It increases Anemo damage as well as normal charge and plunging damage by 40% after hitting enemies with charge attack. If you have decent pieces of this set, you can use it, but make sure to use a charge attack once in a while during your plunges. 2-piece Anemo damage and 2-piece attack sets are also decent if you don't have a full set. And for the build, Xiao is a DPS, so the usual DPS build will do with attack percent sands, Anemo damage goblet, and crit rate circlet if not running the hunter set. Otherwise, always go with crit damage circlet with hunter set. And for substats, prioritize crit rate and crit damage, attack percent and energy recharge. Please, for the love of God, at least have a little energy recharge.
Nice.
With Fontaine, a lot of new and unique characters came out and 2 new teammates for Xiao. One is the ever-traumatic Furina and the other one, the proud Adeptus Cloud Retainer, or more commonly known as
Xianyun.
Furina provides a lot of value by doing pretty good off-field damage and gives a massive damage buff with her elemental burst. And Xianyun's kit is specifically designed to buff plunging attacks, and she also has a team-wide healing that makes gaining fanfares much easier, so both of them are fantastic teammates for Xiao. And how can we forget Benny Boy and Faruzan for the Anemo res reduction and damage bonus, and with C6 she gives 40% crit damage to Anemo attack. attacks. So they are the best possible teammates for Xiao. And yeah, I forgot his dad. For that thick shield. So his teammates will consist of the following characters, and here are Xiao's highest DPS teams. First team is with Faruzan, Xianyun, Xiao and Furina. This team will give the highest amount of DPS because of Furina's minions and fanfare bonus, while Xianyun will increase his plunge damage. Next team is Faruzan, Xianyun, Xiao and Bennett. This team replaces Furina for Bennett, and this team is also very strong, but there is no extra damage from anyone, so you have to rely on only Xiao's damage. And the last team is his old best team that has Zhongli, Faruzan, Xiao and Bennett. This team has the lowest DPS mainly because we don't have Xianyun here for her plunging damage buffs. So if you skipped Xianyun, then maybe you're saving for Chiori. Then you should definitely check out this video to know about the Chiori nerfs that might ruin her entire kit. See ya next time.